Hello, good morning. Today is November 21st, 2025. And so I wanted to talk about how we're in a time of great discernment because the Holy Spirit is poured out and the Spirit of truth is poured out. So we're in a time of great discernment, and God calls us to discern spirits so we won't be deceived. And God doesn't make anything hard. He doesn't put a yoke of burden upon us or a spirit of confusion. And Jesus made it very plain when he told us that the enemy is a liar. And so if you want to recognize Satan, you'll see a spirit of deception and a spirit of lies coming off of a person. And you will know they are not of God. I'm going to read from Revelations 13 because Holy Spirit would like to give more contemplation towards the what the enemy looks like and how the enemy is moving right now. Okay, so we know that no one knows when the Father comes to wrap things up, not even the Son, nor the angels, nor the devil. And so this game that the devil plays is in an attempt to try to foresee what God's plans are. But that's not going to happen. That can't happen. It's impossible. Okay, so from Revelation chapter 13, just so you will know more of how the enemy is moving on the earth at this time, you have to think in allegories sometimes. You have to think in symbolisms sometimes. Because these stories have been played out over and over again by actors, by occultists who move in dark knowledge in an attempt to keep things wrapped, in an attempt to reset clocks in times, in an attempt to trick God, if you can believe that. Chapter 13, Then the dragon stood on the seashore, and I saw a beast coming up out of the sea. It had 10 horns and 7 heads. Each of its horns was decorated with a royal crown, and on its heads were blasphemous names. The beast I saw was like a leopard. Its feet were like bears. Its mouth was like a lion's mouth. The dragon gave his power, a throne, and great authority over to it. One of the heads appeared to have been slain and killed, but its deadly wound was healed. So the whole earth was amazed and followed the beast. They worshipped the dragon because it had given the beast its authority. They worshipped the beast and said, "Who is like the beast, and who can fight against it?" The beast was given a mouth that spoke boastful and blasphemous lies, and it was given authority to act for 42 months, and it opened its mouth to speak blasphemies against God. It blasphemes God's name and his dwelling place, that is, those who dwell in heaven. It was also allowed to make war on the saints and to gain victory over them. It was given authority over every tribe, people, language, and nation. All who live on earth worshipped it, all whose names hadn't been written from the time the earth was made in the scroll of life of the Lamb who was slain. Whoever has ears must listen. If any are to be taken captive, then into captivity they will go. If any are to be killed by the sword, then by the sword they will be killed. This calls for endurance and faithfulness on the faithful part of the saints. So, I was watching a video the other day from some actor, I can't remember his name right offhand, but he basically said that nobody's safe, even himself. That's just another lie, because I know that I'm safe in the hands of God. I've known that when I figured it out as a little kid, when I was in desperate danger. And God saved me more than one occasion throughout my life. I've tested those boundaries. They're running very far away from God, and then running back desperate to find God standing exactly where I left him. So, our patient endurance as saints is to testify, to witness and testify, just like Jesus said. Because there's prophecies that were laid out at the foundations of the world. It doesn't matter what the devil and his minions do to try to change that. The time is now. And they unfortunately missed some steps, some vital steps, of course, because they didn't know about them, because God is that good. And God has had it up to here with the attack on the children of this planet. And with the deceptive cover-up right now that's being played out is extremely offensive. And it's offensive that you play on humanity's intelligence at a time when they're becoming enlightened. And that you try to use your old stupid games of scapegoating and gaslighting and trauma bonding, constant wars, money laundering, greed, escapism, all the dark practices. It's a wrap.